Warning, the following stunts are done by trained professionals. Actually, we're not trained. Robbie is just a dumbass and decided to do a drunken fantasy football podcast. The thoughts, opinions, and takes are ours and ours only. It is not our fault if you lose in fantasy football or sports gambling. Viewer discretion is advised.
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome to the one and the only Rumboyz Fantasy Network. It's your boy, Rumboyz Robbie. Hey, yo, new merch drop. I am doing custom orders, okay? All of our stock, regular retail items will still be in the merch shop. But custom orders that'll include your name and our logo, DM me and we're going to hook you up. And also you'll be able to get priority on any other custom items that come out as well and discount on future orders. Also want to shout out Shop GLD. Shop GLD, get like me. It comes in like a nice little like box whenever you get it. It's like all pretty and it's nice and it's cute. And like you get like a little travel pouch to go with it. So holiday season, make sure you guys head on over to Shop GLD. Link is down below in the description. Get you some Rumboyz merch. Ice yourself out with some GLD. The two just go together. It's a lovely combination. Drop the mic, FF. What is good, man? We didn't see each other last week. I hope your Halloween was well. How you doing, bro?
What it do? Let's get the party started. It's good to be here. Let's roll. Leaf is saying, "What's up, twats?" While my beard is in the twat.
Kinky. Well, before we begin and we get into our toast, I just hope that everyone at home is having a much better day than Antonio Brown. If your name is not Antonio Brown, well, then you're automatically having a better day than someone that got extradited by U.S. Marshals.
Oh, Lord. You are such a dick.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the rough boys and girls. What it do? Dilly.
God damn it.
What's the over-under on Antonio Brown getting caught drinking jail hooch with Diddy at Fort Dix?
1/2, because I don't think they're putting them in the same. I don't even think they're putting them in the same state.
Oh my gosh! I can't believe I just came up with that off the top of the head. I would break out of prison. Yeah, I mean, I had to be locked up with ABO. Get me the fuck out of here. Let's get into the first topic, of just all. Okay, we're gonna start off with last night, like we usually do. Last night was an absolute blunder on Thursday night football. But that doesn't get us out of, like, at the end of the day, having to break things down. At the end of the day, like, a game still happened and it still took place. Mike, you're a fan of a team in this division, the Super Bowl champion. Well, not Super Bowl champion, the Super Bowl runner-up, Kansas City Chiefs. What are your thoughts on what took place last night between your two division opponents, the Las Vegas Raiders and the Denver Broncos? There's less that I feel about the Broncos and more that I feel about the Raiders, and also how do the Raiders fix things?
Well, let me look up one quick thing. But while I'm looking up the one thing, I do want to say I do find it funny after a game last night, the change that the Raiders did make wasn't to an offensive coordinator, Chip Kelly, who's been on the hot seat. It was firing their special teams coordinator. So I find that kind of funny that that's what.
Troublesome. I find it troublesome.
Yeah, I do, and I think the problem with that is that it's like, whose decision was that? Whose decision was that, in the sense of, like, was that a why can't I think of his name right now? Was that a Pete Carroll decision? Was that an Upper decision? Was Tom a part of it? You know what I'm saying? Like, whose was that when it comes down to it? So I don't have the stat that I'm looking for, but it doesn't matter. I'm just going to say what I want to say. Both these, it was kind of a blunder, right? Like you brought up. It was a blunder. Overall, this team, I'm going to save that. Who was Leafs? Yeah, you know what? Let's talk. I'm going to save that for Robbie. Okay. I am going to bring up instead. I'm going to talk about a couple of injuries. I'm going to talk about DeAndre Swift. I'm going to talk about Moaning Guy. I'm going to talk about Ramondre Jennings and the Henderson factor. Because last week I played Henderson instead, or Jennings. I didn't play Jennings. I played Carter instead. And that backfired on me. Absolutely major. Let's see here. Hold on. Okay, so Ramondre's out.
Really quick, that's the last one of the night, dog. Oh shit! I just that was nice.
All right, well, I was going to talk about something, but I'm not going to now that you brought that. I was going to bring something else up so I can stall on that, but we are good on that. Hold on real quick. Let's do this. Let's hit this button. Let's hit that button.
They get flagged on every special teams play is what Leafs mentioned.
Oh no, they were. All right, so here's the thing. When it comes to that, that's all I needed to say about the Raiders. Genty got a touchdown, which was great. I do think that Lockett was too involved in the offense compared to some of the younger guys they got. Like, Lockett's only involved in that offense because of the connection with Gino and Pete. But this game says more to me, like you said, about the Denver. Let's be real here. I say it as a joke, but last night they played like Denver Donkeys. They did not play like Denver Broncos.
I might feel separate from you.
Okay. But here's the biggest takeaway. Courtland Sutton is no longer the number one wide receiver on this team.
Frankly.
9 targets compared to 4 targets. 32% target share. 5 catches, 40 yards. 14.3% target share for Sutton. 3 catches, 24 yards. Ingram had more than you know who. Here's the thing. I think the youngins, like we've said before, where we don't trust I don't trust Sean Payton at all. I don't trust Sean Payton with my own worst enemy's kids, babysitting them for an hour on the field. He might put a bounty on them while they're on the playground playing on the swings, for all I know. But they're going youth. They're starting to go youth with Troy Franklin. That has a lot to do with Knicks, being the connection between Knicks and
Franklin,
and Franklin at college. But the other one they're starting to use more, even though I don't like the usage, is RJ Harvey. And with those two, that's why I think. So what do you think? And then I'll rebuttal if what you say.
So I agree with, this offense for the Denver Broncos moving more so towards youth. With Nick's obviously at the helm being the field general, and then Franklin. We kind of figured that at some point that's why you bring in Troy Franklin. That's what the purpose of that whole drafting was so that hopefully
it just wasn't going well last year and didn't look at the beginning of the year.
I don't think that it was going well last year because you also have the Nick's Peyton dynamic has this weird old school, new school type of
feel
power struggle to it, and a lot of headbutting that goes involved, and I think that we're kind of starting to see where Nick's especially is really starting to come into his own and really start to be able to command the offense, even with Sean Payton's play calling, and we're starting to see Nick's kind of have a style of play that he more so likes to kind of play with almost this young gun reckless abandonment style type of play. Last night we did not see Knicks move out of the pocket as much, and that was not normal. I thought that was abnormal. I think that what I make up of just last night in general of Broncos offense is not indicative of what I feel about them over the course of the whole season. I think over the course of the whole season, we see a team that waits late to start really playing football and waking up. But for the most part, I think that last night was indicative of just how bad Thursday football is, even if you are a team that is like the Denver Broncos, who probably should have beat that team by 3 scores last night. But honestly, I think that on a short week, it's just like, and I attribute a little bit to the wind factor because it was windy as hell here last night. But really just on like a short week, it's like, we're going to probably figure out a way to come out with the win anyways. Ugly footballs, whatever. Let's not like beat ourselves up and like expend more than probably what we have to. I don't, from the Denver Broncos side, that's the way I feel. I feel like it was more indicative of short week, not enough rest, so on and so forth. With the Raiders, I can't say the same thing because the Raiders give us this same thing week in and week out.
Yep.
I said it last night. I'm going to say it again. I'm going to continue to say it until coaching, and I don't think it's going to be this regime, until coaching fixes it. And I don't think that we're at a point to where it can't be fixed, but someone needs to grab fucking Ashton Jincy by the face mask and be like, you're fucking using a traditional running back stance. There's no reason for being the level of draft pick that Jincy is. I understand the Raiders not having the most superior of offensive lines. I get that. At a certain point, especially when I see Jincy in blocking scenarios, and knowing that his assignment is to block and to buy Geno time, still utilizing that stance, thinking that even he is going to be able to stop the smallest of NFL defensive ends. Even the smallest of defensive ends they're fast enough to get the fuck around you, bro. Their hands are quicker because they're constantly always going through hand fighting scenarios. You cannot stand straight up and expect to buy your quarterback extra time, that extra second, to be able to even go through his progressions to see if someone could be available. From an NFL standpoint, 7 touchdowns aside, I don't think that the Raiders, and then when I couple that in with the fantasy football standpoint, us fantasy football managers are getting what we're really what the real ceiling could really be with Jincy.
No, we're not yet.
Or if there was more of a technical aspect to his game.
Okay, so I agree with you and I disagree with you. I agree with you that we're not getting everything. I blame a lot of that on Chip Kelly. I think Chip Kelly is one and done, even if Pete Carroll and the rest of the regime.
I think Pete Carroll's one and done.
No, I do. But I'm just saying, even if Pete Carroll happens not to go one and done. I think Chip Kelly is one and done no matter what. Where I disagree with you is I understand your point, but that is the least of the Raiders' problems when it comes to the stance.
So, hold on. I'm not saying that is the problem. I am saying from what I'm just touching on film.
Mm-hmm.
What I see on film, this is something that could easily be fixed, and it's just completely being neglected game after game after game after game after game. I'm sorry, Ashton Genty, even behind the NFL's greatest offensive lineman, you cannot do that. You can't. It's just not. I don't forget a coaching staff. I don't know a quarterback that's going to let you be in his backfield while you're doing that. And especially in a situation where it's like, can you please just fucking throw a block? Could you imagine
more guys in college doing it now?
Mahomes would be like, get the fuck off the field.
Let's be real here. You know why you're wrong? And I'm joking around when I say this. You know why he wouldn't say, get off my field? Because of the freaking talent of running back that he's had to deal with. Besides, like, CEH, I'd rather deal with what Genty's dealing with.
Honestly, I could easily see a guy like Mahomes or Brady. Hell, Lamar fucking said, get all this shit out of here. Like, I could see these leader type quarterbacks, Josh Allen, like being like, you're not Michael Myers. This is the NFL. Like, and the fact that Genty himself hasn't figured it out is an anomaly within itself. There's a couple of other points I want to make, but I just want to kind of take this question really quick. Hey, bro, are we playing Monangai or Pittman this week? I have London playing same game, and I had Franklin and Flex, and my opponent played Bo and Sutton. You're playing Pittman. You're playing Pittman, bro.
Are you playing Pittman if Swift is out?
Yes.
Even in London, even in Germany.
I am still trusting. I am trusting Indy, especially after last week's debacle versus the Steelers.
God.
To literally be like, come back with the fucking vengeance.
You said that right. Fucking debacle.
And hey, hang on. In the chat's defense, I was a part of it. We did call it on the morning show.
But I'm just saying
that shit on the morning show.
But what got me was not even the outcome. What got me was like the 3 interceptions and everything else.
Yeah, I know, but we were like, this is gonna be a come to Jesus meeting for Indy, and then some of the things I think also like kind of played in after that we're gonna talk about. So like, yeah. For me personally, it's a Pittman thing. It's a as we get into these last 5 games of the season, I want safe floor. I don't have trust in Monangai and the Bears and the Ben Johnson offense because it's just too inconsistent week in and week out. I don't think that we're going to get the 40-point games week in, week out that kind of allow those opportunities for Monangai to kind of like, So I feel like Monangai's kind of more of one of those fluky thingies,
Cool.
If Swift is out, I'm tempted, but on a Friday night, I'm sticking with the safe floor of the more high-powered offense. Kind of getting back into the Raiders thing, the biggest issue, and this isn't like a on-the-field issue. I mean, obviously on the field, it's offensive line, it's Gino, and it's just having a lackluster receiving core for the second fucking year in a row.
Well, yeah, and they did it to themselves.
Yes.
They traded away one of them.
Yes. I feel like at this juncture, the way that you fix it is front office from the ownership standpoint. They need to shut the fuck up. They need to get a real GM, like a GM, in the room, to kind of, look, I am sure that Riddick would gladly, be like, fuck it, let's see what we can do. I'm just sitting here at a desk at ESPN. Like bring in someone with like GM experience and let them call the football shots and the football operations. No owners in the war room this year. Offensive line needs to be of the utmost priority. If you're gonna, obviously, you have to get a quarterback. You can try and throw something at Cleveland and just bring Shador over, which you probably should have ended up just drafting him in the first place.
Yeah.
Or you can try and go and get someone of this class this year. But now that puts you on a 5-year developmental process. So you have to be willing to now embrace that. Look at what Chicago is doing. Look at what Washington is doing. Look at what Minnesota is doing. You need to be willing to embrace that.
I think you could also. Yeah, I think you can also bring in. I think there might be a couple retreads. Not the right word. There might be a few guys who.
Some journeymen.
A la Baker and a la like Daniel Jones, where like they just needed a new, like they need to change. Like the way it's going right now, I could see Lawrence getting a shot somewhere else next year. I could see certain players, I could see Cohen wanting a different, like going his own route. Like I could see certain teams,
I could see Cohen saying, "Hey, fuck it, we got to move on past Trevor to the Raiders." I could see a Kyler to the Raiders.
That's the other one I was gonna. Yeah, something like that.
Here's my issue with that. It doesn't elevate the Raiders. I think that it just puts them in the perpetual cycle of what they're already in. I think
not necessarily. You would have said the same. You would have said the same thing about freaking Daniel Jones at the beginning of the year.
I did say the same thing about Daniel Jones.
And you were wrong as of now.
I was wrong, and I was wrong.
As of now.
I was very wrong. I owe Daniel so many apologies.
You know who owes me an apology? Broken orbital bone AR5.
He owes a lot. AR owes a lot of fantasy managers. Sup, Robbie? I see you got the beard meets food guy as a guest tonight. I watch his food show. I'm dead. I am dead. Oh, good.
Well, you jackass, Jamie. All right. Put some questions in the chat and I will answer them, people. Yeah, they did have Tom Telesco, Brandon Carroll. Yeah. So you got, like I was gonna bring up earlier, you got Ramondre out, which is funny that Jamie's on here. Wait. Who are they playing, Jamie? ATL game. Down in there, with Sauce playing, we're going to be talking about Sauce later, so I don't want to talk too much about it. Gosh damn it, Jamie! Now you son of a. No, he's not going to get 6 or 7. Okay, absolutely not. You cannot. I'm not playing into your little games, you little son of a gun. Leaves, he got me like 2 or 3 times on our show last week, so yes. Okay. Stupid computer. Twitching. Okay. All right. So, like I said, you got Ramondre Stevenson out, Jennings, Monangai, Swift. If Swift is out, I'm still playing Monangai as a low, mid to low flex. I know how Jamie feels. And mid to low 2 and flex play. Jennings, I'm still not playing unless I absolutely have to. They're still not using Travion the right way. And I'm not answering that, Aiden. And so I'm not going to play Jennings. Yes, he got the run up front. He could still get a touchdown. Mike Vrabel needs to go to some kind of therapy with Travion because there's something wrong with that situation. I have said it for months. Robbie can attest to this, so can Jamie in the chat. When it comes to Monangai, I feel different than Jamie in the chat, and I feel different than Robbie in the sense of I think Monangai is going to get more run coming through the end of the year because he was brought in by Ben Johnson. You got Swift, who was sent away from Detroit by a Ben Johnson in Philly, by a Ben Johnson staff. I think that eventually, yes, he's going to be the starter this year. I don't see him starting next year. I see him possibly on another team. Then you can have Monangai bring in another running back. You still got Roshan. We'll see what happens there. And then from that situation, it goes on to that. Any other comments or questions in the chat? Okay. So I am going to just randomly go into basketball scores and hockey. All right. So right now, let's see here. I want to make sure I saw this right. Yeah. The Heat are up 80 to 78. This is a crazy first half. In the first quarter, the Heat outscored the Hornets 53 to 33. In the second quarter, the Hornets outscored the Heat 36 to 19. So Knipples got 21. Bridges has 9 rebounds. Gosh. Yeah, I didn't Aiden, I did not think UNC was going to win that game. We have already talked about the Jaguars. I'm not bringing that up. That was weeks ago. All right, let's do this. Come on. All right.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. Dude, did you see what happened? Did you see what the Heat are doing tonight?
No. Okay, I just had to freaking run a whole credit report.
No, it was before this. I just want to make sure. No, listen to this. In the
Fuck.
first, I got an alert on my way home. The Heat in the first quarter, because it was at the end of the first quarter when I got the alert. After the first quarter, they were beating the Hornets 53-33 after one quarter. But then they got outscored 36-19 in the freaking second quarter, and they're only up by one in the third now after being up 20 after one.
That's outrageous. That's outrageous.
Yep. Jamie,
Okay.
6-7 jokes in the freaking chat like an immature
7.
freaking dumbasses.
So that caps off Thursday Night Football.
Yep, we're done. We're done. Good.
Yep. Last weekend, we were going to discuss, and we were going to have like a whole like mid-season awards theme. We're not going to fucking do all that.
Nope.
But we are going to crown one fantasy football mid-season MVP. It doesn't have to be a quarterback like the regular NFL MVP.
Oh, we're talking fantasy MVP, not NFL MVP.
Fantasy MVP.
That changes my opinion. Okay.
But it still can be a quarterback if you will like.
It's not going to be now.
Who do you have as your fantasy MVP?
If we're going fantasy, I don't think I can not. What?
Yours might be
mine. What part of the country? What part of the country did he go to college in? No, then. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, I need to look at this real quick. I know where yours.
The chat knows mine.
Go with yours. Go yours first because I know where you're going.
So mine is JSN. Like
that's what you're going
down. What this man has done for fantasy managers, what this man has done for Seattle, the fact that he has Sam Darnold on his second tear with his second new team, like he's had multiple new teams. That's besides the point in regards to the Sam Darnold side of the narrative. JSN improves not only the Seattle Seahawks, he improves my fantasy team. He improves your fantasy teams. He is outperforming expectations. If you told me at the beginning of the season, JSN is going to be the fantasy football wide receiver 1 overall, I would think that you're drunk. Now, being that this is mid-season awards, this is purely a consolation prize for you, JSN. You still got to go out there and finish the damn job. Do I think that JSN can finish the job? Oh, yes, sir, Bob. And yes, he will. JSN will end the year as wide receiver 1, and he is the fantasy football he is the fantasy football MVP, hands down.
Well, he's number 2 right now in half point behind behind Jamar. I want to make sure on something.
I love that for you. Wait, no, you traded Waddle for Flowers? No. No. Well, it's probably gonna be a more favorable matchup for Flowers down heading to the playoffs. So, like, actually, I would probably do that based off of that. Miami's fun.
Well, they're
end up benching Waddle during the playoffs.
I don't know about that.
Because he's gonna have to play for incentives, so he'll probably go out there, do enough to get his incentives, and that's about it.
All right, so my MVP, if we're going fantasy, we are in week 10, right? Yeah, 1, 2, 3. Yeah, we're in week 10. Jonathan Taylor already has 12 freaking touchdowns.
which is insane.
I'm going with JT. And I will preface by saying I 100% support your play. Like, I support your pick is like, I get it. But I am going with JT. The workhorse running back role is diminishing to the point that there's only a handful of them. And there's a couple of the ones that are workhorse running backs aren't even being used like a workhorse running back. Yes, I'm talking to you, Atlanta. So yes, JT is my, and because of, yes, Daniel Jones is doing great things in Indy, but I think because of what Daniel Jones was in New York and the disappointment of all that and what he's doing in Indy is overshadowing and is getting the hype. I think it's actually overshadowing what JT is doing.
You know, I actually agree with you in that that respect, in that same breath. A lot of Daniel Jones' success, I mean, and he's no fool, and he's not foreign to having an amazing running back. I just think that Indy has not been so accustomed to his success, whereas like New York is like spotlight, even if we suck, we expect Super Bowl. Like that's like, you know, but that's not the attitude of Indy. Indy's like, we're gonna scrap, we're blue collar. Super Bowl may not always be our expectations, but you know, if we can fucking get it, give an opportunity in the dance, then we're gonna scrap anybody fucking else. You know, and that's one of the things like I do respect. And I think that that's where Danny kind of fits that culture and why he's maybe getting that. But you get none of that culture without having a workhorse running back in JT. He is RB2 right now in full point PPR. When you talk about having a minimum floor of 30-point games, 29-point games on average, 28-point games, like, and that's your floor. That's your floor.
Yeah.
Then I'm with it. When we're talking about, oh, you had a bad game, you had a bad day, you know, you had a bad day, you sing a sad song, you just play that song when JT has a bad day, and then you continue on with the rest of your fantasy day. And even when he has a bad day, the rest of your team should be good enough to where you can get over the hump. So I absolutely like that. Love you.
Love you too.
I love you, chat. Love you, Mikey. Yeah, you rub that beard. Okay. I like that. I like that for.
Let me ask you this real quick: who's your NFL MVP?
My NFL MVP. NFL MVP is
and go the way the like. Give me your pick, like the way the NFL go. Like think of it that way. Like don't go, oh Brock, but you know where I'm going.
Yeah, it's early for me right now. Like if I were thinking from the lens of an AP voter.
Yeah, I'm thinking AP voter midseason. Yeah, like who it is so far.
Part of me wants to kind of I still kind of have to go Baker. No, Drake May.
I'm more on the same page.
Drake May. It's between Drake May and Baker right now for me. And I feel like I lean Baker because of the adversity that Baker has overcome. From just front to back, beginning to end. But the way that May is playing right now, he's playing like he is the future. I don't want to necessarily say the future face of the NFL. I think that is a very loaded conversation right now. But I think that he is playing to the level of caliber to be the face and the new face of New England. And I think that the way that he's playing right now, he could bring a Super Bowl to New England. I'm not going to say this year. I think they're a couple of pieces away right now with the current roster construction, and just, you know, I think that Vrabel's still learning the ins and outs of what he can and cannot get away with this current roster. But I right now it's got to be Drake May. Drake May's doing it. Drake May's doing what he's doing with the receiving core that most quarterbacks would have a very difficult time with.
Yep.
You know, most quarterbacks are we've seen the bevy of quarterbacks that New England has gone through over the course of the years post Brady, and no one has looked quite like this. So
we're on the same page.
I want to get into the business side of
Okay.
of what it is that we do. You know, not necessarily that we do here as a podcast and as a live stream, but I do want to get into the business side because this is something that it is affecting the fans. It is affecting. I don't give a damn that is between two broadcasters. It does affect the NFL's bottom line. Like at the end of the day, so it is affecting. Less people are able to watch Rumboyz and react to Rumboyz that don't have accessibility. So, like, this is kind of an important issue in a way. YouTube TV and ESPN find themselves in a debacle of sorts as fans this week were pissed off as the two sides are at a continuous bypass as negotiations continue broadcasting contracts between YouTube TV and ESPN continue to just be enthralled. Thoughts on how this should get fixed, and how did we even get here in the fucking first place?
I'll be honest, I haven't read much into it or anything. I don't know how we got here. I think we got here because YouTube. I mean, I don't know if I'm wrong or right. I mean, yes, capitalism, but
capitalism for sure.
But I think more specifically, I think that YouTube with their TV and all that, they jumped. Like they did a lot. What I think it is they're doing more business than some. Like they're
doing so much business.
Well, they're doing
such good business.
Well, I'm not saying they did more. They're doing more business than ESPN thought they would, but they're doing such good business right when negotiations. Like it's a perfect storm for both of them.
Yeah.
ESPN saying, YouTube is saying, "Hey, we're doing good. You need us." ESPN is saying, "You guys are doing so good, but we're the number one conglomerate, so you need to pay us this." And it's a stale. It's what you want. Okay, you know what this is? In a weird way, this is what's going to happen in 2027 in Major League Baseball.
With the collective bargaining agreement?
With the teams that want the teams like the Yankees and the Dodgers to stop spending the money, but they don't want to give them they don't want to do a salary cap, but they're also not willing. Teams like the Pirates are only spending $40 million on an entire team and ruining people like Paul Skeens. It's the same shit.
I fucks with that analogy. Paul Skeens. Fuck with the Dodgers, baby. So fucked up. That would be so diabolical if we did that.
No, I want that. I want the Japanese hitter.
There you go, baby. I know. Yay, kids. Where was I? No. But
what are your thoughts?
My thoughts, I've kind of expressed it throughout the week. So I used to have YouTube TV.
Yes, I know you did, yeah.
Yeah, and honestly, I am a huge advocate for YouTube TV. I have Xfinity now because of just like it comes with my place. So there's no need for me to pay the extra bill for YouTube TV. YouTube TV is such a good fucking product. Not even just with like sports, just like TV in general, because like what you can do with the multi-view, like I can have so many different things in my multi-view. Like if I want, like the multi-view alone is worth the price of YouTube TV. You know, so I am going to preference this by stating, one, I understand what the YouTube subscriber is dealing with, you know, and I feel your pain. I understand. Two, I am probably more biased towards the YouTube TV side of these contract negotiations, just due to the fact that you have the product, you have the more superior product, and you are the product. So therefore, I feel like that, yeah, you should probably in this situation have more of the negotiation. ESPN, on the other hand, is no longer just ESPN. It is ESPN, Disney Plus, Hulu, and HBO. You know, now granted, this contract negotiation is mostly affecting ESPN content, but sports, especially live sports, is the biggest, and now ESPN is the biggest holder of multiple sports rights. NFL, you know, Monday Night Football, you know, SEC Network, like, you know, so anywhere, like the list goes on. Their contract with, their contract with the UFC. You know, they house PFL content and much, much more. You know, La Liga. You know, like Aiden saying he can't watch college football tomorrow. So you're talking about a massive revenue loss, and I feel like it's ESPN that's really like kind of fucking themselves over here, because it's like, well, you have YouTube subscriber base and access to their subscriber base. I feel like they should be willing, especially because Disney has Big Daddy Disney has all the other overarching products and makes content from all these other things. They need to maybe remove some of their greed and just say, you know what, here YouTube, and then just say, fuck it, we can work together on this thing. But I think that Disney wants to try and become the big streaming service, and that's where this thing becomes at an impasse, and we reach the stalemate that we're at right now. Because at the end of the day, Disney is wanting YouTube TV to bow down. But YouTube TV is also backed by Google. It's like, why the fuck would I do that? Yeah. I'm Google. And I am sorry, like because of product superiority, in my opinion, why would I? Why can't we just both meet in the middle? It's a capitalistic society. We're both going to break bank any fucking ways. We're both going to raise subscription costs anyways, year after year after year. So let's just say fucking meet somewhere in the middle. All I want is my live sports. And I don't think that it's fair that we fuck with that.
No, I agree.
Do I think that the answer is YouTube TV necessarily having to pay more? No. Do I think that it's necessarily Disney having to pay more? No. I think that it's both parties probably just saying, we'll take what we can get and let's just keep going on and marching on with business as usual. Because at this point, they're both losing money and they're both just fucking themselves over and they're both losing subscribers. Because at the end of the day, no one, it's at such an impasse, and because we know the game so much with these streaming services now, to where it takes one more price increase or it takes something like this to where you're just going to keep losing subscriber base. So Disney, you already had an issue earlier this year, Kimmel. So like you can't really afford to lose any more fucking subscribers. Like with subscriber-based models, that's what scares me about subscriber-based models. I'm a YouTuber. I live off of a subscriber-based model. You say or you do the wrong thing, you can lose subscribers. You know, you live and you die by that. You know, so they're now learning that, and they're having to deal with that. You know, so you reap what you sow. Like I think that one powerhouse is trying to figure out a way to buy out the other, and I think they're both like, yeah, no, you can both fuck off.
Well, how much of it is this? How much is it that ESPN is just trying to get people to go to Hulu?
I think that I think ESPN has become power hungry. Obviously, we look at the way that they've hired and fired. They've built their content now. So I think that ESPN is obviously money hungry. I think that also comes from the backing of Disney money as well, though.
Yeah. Oh no. It's more. Yeah. We're saying ESPN, but we're meaning Disney.
Yeah, exactly. You know, so I mean, I think that Disney is trying to find a way to become the end all be all. You know, and that's always been their game. I mean, look at the way their acquisitions of Marvel content over the last couple of years.
Yeah.
You know, look at the way they bought things from Fox. You know, they snatched Deadpool from Fox. This is this is what they do, and then they take things and they kind of Disneyfy it and then ruin things. Everything is a multiverse now. Every single piece of content on Disney Plus has something to do with the multiverse. That is their whole angle now. Every piece of Marvel, everything.
Yep. You're
a comic nerd just like I am. There's more to just the Marvel universe than multiverse. You know, hell, I don't know for all my nerds out there, but they also just bought HBO. Why aren't we getting any new Batman and stuff? That's what I'm saying. It's if you're gonna charge us, and if you're gonna go through this whole thing with YouTube TV and everything, give me more content and give me better content. So even just this whole shit just goes even bigger than sports. But for the love of God, give me my sports. I'm going to Catfish Willie's birthday tomorrow. We're barbecuing and everything. I'm bringing my laptop just in case we don't get certain games. That's how prepared we have to be because I have ESPN Plus. Yeah. We are going to go ahead and get into halftime. On the other side, we have a quick look at the first revealing of the college football playoff bracket. I am so excited to talk about this with you, Mike. I've been waiting all week to be able to talk about the college football playoff.
You know why, right? You know why, right?
My dark horse.
I got a major problem with it. Teaser. I got a major problem with it.
Teasers. We are going to react to the NFL trade deadline, and we have your best bets on the other side. This is the Rumboyz Fantasy Network. I am Rumboyz Robbie. That is Drop the Mic FF. We'll see you on the other side. Mute your mic.
Yo, tune into the Rumboyz, where the fantasy kings reside. Rumboyz Robbie dropping jams, got the league on our side. From the waiver wire to the trade block, we scheming like pros. Building squads to smash the books, watch the haters hit the road. Prop bet popping off, we cashing on the underdogs. Bark, Vegas lines getting crushed, leaving Sin City in the dark. Over on the yard, but on the picks, we calling it precise. Rumboyz Network got the sauce, turning dubs into a vice. Rumboyz, hype train rolling through the grid all night. Setting lineups that ignite, winning league, it's feeling right. Beating Vegas every Sunday, stacking chips like it's our throne. Dilly to the dollars, pour it up, we on the zone. Rumboyz, fancy fire. Rumboyz, bets on fire. From the pod to the payout, we the squad that takes it higher. Dilly. Scrolling through the Discord vibes, raw like a rookie can't rush. Rumboyz crew dissecting matchups, no fluff, just a hush. Receivers torching corners, we said it first, now the check's clear. Running it back for the boom, while the books drowning beer. League champs crown themselves with our weekly hot takes. Sleepers waking up, Giants bus getting the breaks. From zero to hero, your roster's reborn in the booth. Rumboyz Fantasy Network, spitting truth, chasing loot. Hey, hit play on the pod, let the energy surge. We the pulse of the playoffs, making grown men converge. Prop on the anytime TD, we nail it, no sweat. Vegas sweating bullets while we feast on the bed. Rumboyz, hype train rolling through the grid all night. Setting lineups that ignite, winning leagues, feeling right. Beating Vegas every Sunday, stacking chips like it's our throne. Dilly to the dollars, pour it up, we on the zone. Rumboyz, fancy fire. Rumboyz, bets on fire. From the pod to the payout, we the squad that takes it higher. Dilly. So raise your glass to the Rumboyz, we're always in the
What is good, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, El Capitan Robbie J of the Rumboyz Fantasy Sports Network here at the NFL Players Association 2019 Rookie Premiere with Nate Bosa, with my co-host Ty Boogie, all the Rumboys and girls out there tuning in. We are sitting down with the number one draft pick, the one and only, Kyler Murray, Dwayne Haskins, Hollywood, Drew Lock, no other than Andy Isabella, Miles Boykin. We are sitting with Benny Snell Jr., Easton Stick, Bryce Love, UGA's own the big dog of the Bulldogs, Riley Ridley.
How you doing?
It's Friday. We all got jobs. We got an interview to do. National championship winner, NFL draftees, TJ Hawkinson, Iowa Hawkeyes. What is good, brother?
Hey, it's good to be here.
Hey, welcome. ACCR, right?
Oh, you already know.
Hail to the Redskins.
I gotta ask, you're gonna play the Browns? Like, are you gonna just burn them again? What you think you do? I mean,
I think the media put us against each other. I like them so.
You're friends.
We were in a hot tub time machine, bro.
Man, he's cool. He plays video games just like me. That's what he really do.
Gotta find something besides-
For me, be able to break the all-time rushing leader in 3 years. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to the UK O-line, man. Y'all did that.
When you wake up in the morning, you don't want to have to feel like you're doing work.
Exactly.
You want to feel blessed and excited to do what you're doing day in and day out. And I can truly say that.
As always, ladies and gentlemen, cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rum Boys and girls. What it do? Dilly. That was live, man.
All righty.
Two seconds.
You're good. All right. Let's go ahead and let's jump back into it. Remember, head to the merch store. Custom orders are also available. I am taking them via Instagram and TikTok DMs. So make sure you guys, go check it out. Go show us some love. Go show us some support. Like, we appreciate it. For real. All that goes right back into the channel as well. Aiden, yes, you'll be able to cut sleeves off. Customs are dope. You get your name. You get the logo on the back. I can even do the name on the back. I could do a bunch of different shit. I could do a bunch of really cool shit. It's actually pretty lit. So, yeah. Let us know. We'll hook you up. All right. Let's get into it.
Are you pulling it up, or do I need to pull it up on my phone?
Let's do NFL trade deadline first.
Okay.
Because then I can utilize the bracket for us to segue into best bets, because best bets are going to include some college football. Because I can't fucking wait to talk about tomorrow.
So.
BYU Texas Tech is all. I'm just like, ah.
Go.
Let's get into the NFL trade deadline reaction. So, like, no pun intended, but actually completely pun intended. The Jets blew it up. The Jets completely blew it up. They blew it up harder than 9/11. Thoughts on the NFL trade?
Soon.
It's been plenty of years. Thoughts on the NFL trade deadline and how
a plane just blew up 2 days ago.
Open up the government and pay the FCC or the FAA or whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I need to go to Dallas in 3 weeks.
Exactly, shit. Like, pay the motherfuckers. That's all I can say. Thoughts on the NFL trade deadline and how should the Jets negotiate future moves with the draft picks that they obtain, and also the remaining pieces of talent that they have. Did you see the video of Brees Hall today? Doing real life Mario Kart in the fucking locker room?
No.
This man had all he was missing was a freaking turtle shell to throw at somebody. He was full on Mario Kart with a grown ass adult Mario, with a cart, like a go-kart, but homie, all he needed was a turtle shell in his hand and woo! Oh, me Mario, me Brees Hall. Because that's the way that he was riding around the locker room today on a go-kart. The Ravens have removed all their extracurriculars. I think that the Dolphins have done the same thing now, suddenly.
And on Thursday Night Football last week, Lamar admitted that he was part of it.
Yeah, Lamar was one of the spearheads of it. Meanwhile, we have Brees Hall riding around on a fucking go-kart in the locker room after all my friends are traded. All of his friends are dead. All of his friends are traded and shit. We got Sauce going to Indy. We got Quentin in Dallas. That Logan Wilson trade that Cincinnati made, that was just from worst defense to second worst defense. I don't know why the fuck that's been. We'll talk about Dallas here in this whole conversation in a minute. But let's start with the Jets.
So give me more of a directive.
Let's start with us hearing all the Brees talk and then Brees not going anywhere.
Well, the Chiefs offered him a fourth. They wanted a third, and then we offered him a fourth and a sixth. So, yeah, we wanted them. I mean, both teams. I mean, the Jets are the ones that came out and said that the Chiefs called us. Yeah, I'm kind of mad, but at the same time, I get it. Like, it is what it is. Do I think he has a right to be upset that he's not somewhere else? No. And the reason I say that is this. At first, I thought Aaron Glenn was going to be – I thought there was a chance that Aaron Glenn was going to be a one and done. I don't think
he's not the issue.
No, at first I did. I don't think so. This reminds me of a situation a la Detroit where they're trying to change the culture more than anything, and he's got to get the players that'll buy into his culture, and his culture is, guess what? A not me locker room.
Yep.
What is Sauce? A me guy.
A me guy. Yeah.
And you were able to get two ones, and I'm not saying he's a great receiver because I don't think he is, but he's a lot better than frickin'. I mean, he's got more.
They needed it too.
Yeah, I mean, he's got more potential than what they have already. Alan Lazard, come on,
old as shit.
So that's why I think that A.D. Mitchell has the opportunity.
A.D. Mitchell paired up with Garrett Wilson, two young guns. I do like the grabbing of A.D. Mitchell. Aaron. I agree with what you said. The Jets need to fix culture, and I think that the Jets for a hot minute have been acknowledging that. And 1 second, buddy. Go in there with mommy. That's not what I said. That's not what I said at all. Okay.
He doesn't listen to you.
Go ahead. Go see Tyson. Go ahead and go see Tyson. Go ahead. See if you learn a lesson. He wants to go try and play with a dog, and then he's going to complain because,
he's going to get his ass kicked.
Well, no, like they're the same size, but it's still like a big dog. Like eventually, the dog will they're growing up.
The dog will win.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like, no, go ahead, But no, I do agree that it has to be, if you're coming back in, close the door. I do agree that it has to be a culture fit, and Aaron Glenn has to get his guys, to buy in and, be able to rebuild what the Jets have to be. The Jets have to find a coach they can be invested in. I think back to the clip of Aaron Glenn dancing down the sideline with the Earth, Wind, and Fire song playing over top of it on TikTok. He embodies what this organization needs, and I think they acknowledge that, and it's about time they're willing to be able to get out of their ways and say, okay, you know what? Let's do what we got to do to fucking win football games finally. About time before, our owners 6, 7. That was a perfect time to use that. What does it mean? I think I just explained it. So, with that being said and stated, I mean, hell, before Brick has to take over this team and run things, God forbid, I want to see what's going to happen with the draft picks. The draft picks is what has me super interested in this whole scenario. Do you hold and invest yourself into developmental projects, or do you maybe, what I would personally do is maybe 50-50 ball it, and maybe I trade one away and get me some real fucking leadership. Some real leadership, especially on the defensive side. See if I can go out there, blow some money on top of it, give me a premier edge. Let me build up an offensive line. They are going to have to go quarterback. That might have to be kind of back into the conversation we were talking about earlier, Kyler.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm interested to see how they can do it. Close the door, son.
Hendrickson? Question mark.
Maybe. I could even see them. I don't know. Jermaine Johnson exists casual. It's that is not. They need to do something different. Okay. They need. I hate to say it. At least.
Dog cooler is Tyson. Tyson is called.
He's outside. Okay, close the door.
Okay.
No. They do not need any jets in the building. They do not need any jets. They need to bring in dogs. They need to bring in difference makers. They need to bring in play makers. Okay? What? Colts have a Zaire Franklin. The Steelers have a TJ Watt. Hell, I hate the Browns are in the same situation as the Jets, but you know what? At least they maintain a leadership factor in Myles Garrett. They need to go. They need to go get a dog, someone that knows the game, that knows the NFL inside the fuck out. That's not going to take no bullshit. It's not going to be letting players ride around the freaking locker room on go-karts. To me, that is an issue. To me, having a group of guys in that locker room that have been there forever and they accept the bullshit is an issue.
Yep.
Those are not the veterans that you need. Those are not the leaders that you need. You can throw out names that they already have on their roster. Are any of them winning games? Are any of them stepping up to the plate and holding anyone in the locker room accountable? Are any of them leadership guys? No, they're not.
Okay, I know this probably isn't the right kind of guy, but I'm going to throw one out there. He hasn't fit into where he's at now. Can Aaron Glenn turn him into a guy that he would be good on that team? I'm not sure. Because he has been a little bit of a me guy, but would a change of scenery be good for him? Possibly. He wouldn't have to travel far at all because he'd only have to travel to the other locker room.
Thibodeau?
Yep.
Yes. I could see that. I could see that. Because
I got one
Thibodeau,
more.
Because I could also see Thibodeau, but here's my problem with Thibodeau. Thibodeau already has lazy issues. Has already had.
But here's one I got for you.
But he's gotten better with Brian Burns
Yes.
also pushing the rest of that team.
But here's one I got for you because I just looked at all the defensive players that are free agents in 26. There isn't really any good ones that are right now. In 27, coming off of his rookie deal, so you trade for him out this offseason. Yes, that team would want a first-round pick for him, plus something else, like you said. Do you get rid of a first-round pick? Not saying the team would want to, but depending on what this other team, do you go out and try to trade for Will Anderson?
I could see a trade for Will Anderson.
Because then the next year you would just extend him. Because Houston would have to extend him after 26 anyway.
That's what I said. Tibbs has already had motor issues, complained about that.
Yes.
I say no. But maybe like a Will Anderson, I could see. They need to do something to change culture and to change direction, especially now after losing Sauce and losing Williams. You need to figure out a way to
Jordan Davis.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I like the Jordan Davis fallout. You need to find a way to get leadership in that locker room to be able to direct course. Now you've lost key pieces in Williams and Sauce. Secondary is going to be hella fucking questionable. As far as Williams going to Dallas, I don't know how that necessarily affects Dallas. You get some line presence. You got rid of Mozzie Smith. Mozzie Smith was already a bust, so I don't necessarily think that the Jets got anything there, and they don't improve anything there. I think that's more of a depth piece for them for whoever the fuck they bring in to start over him.
Yeah.
But the Logan Wilson from Cincinnati and the Quinn Williams from the Jets are not needle movers on the Dallas defense. I feel like Dallas is trying to put pieces together. They got Gary obviously in the Parsons trade. I think they're slowly trying to piece things together, but I think that while they're trying to get closer during the trade deadline, you're trying to find that piece that helps you get over the hump. I don't think that Dallas was even close in the first place to consider these moves needle movers.
And that's my number one problem.
Yes, definitely R.I.P. Nealon for damn sure. We were going to be closing out the show with that. Go ahead.
No, that's just my number one problem with it is that, like you said, they don't move the needle. Quinnen doesn't even move. I know he's good, but Quinnen doesn't even move the needle enough for Dallas to be good. Quinnen doesn't move the needle. There's so many holes on that defense that Quinnen coming doesn't move the needle enough to put them over the hump or maybe even get them in.
No, not even one. Well, not even a bit. In all honesty, I want to keep it moving. That's kind of all I have to the. No, we do need to throw one more out there.
Yeah.
That Rashid Shaheed move, though, from New Orleans to Seattle, was not expecting him to get a new home.
What? Okay, I'm going to go first.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
I think this means something. And what I mean by that is this.
I think it means.
Huh?
I'll tell you what I think it means. Go ahead.
I think it means Cooper Kupp is more hurt than they're saying.
I think that I think that is a piece. I think that it also says that, let's say that he's not hurt more than what he's saying. Okay. Let's say
he's just old.
Yes, yes, which obviously is going to take more time for him to heal anyways. You know, motherfucker's not Wolverine, all right? With that being said and stated, I think that for me personally, I think that it says we're trying to be very fucking dangerous come playoffs.
Yep.
I think this is a move for playoffs. I think this is a move for when Cooper gets hurt. I'm not thinking about the, oh no, we lost Cooper, what are we going to do? Because I think that Torrey Horton has made more than a viable case where it's like, we'll be okay. I think this is we want to be able to go pass heavy. We want to be able to go pass big. We're not going to be able to bring in anyone in the running game that's going to be able to help improve us ahead of the two-back set that we have. Let's maintain a balanced backfield, but let's get heavy on the pass attack, and let's bring in a speedster like Shaheed. They can also match up with JSN, who could run any damn route. And then we also have a former Triple Crown winner in Cooper Kupp whenever he's back healthy. I think that's what they're looking at. I think they're thinking about the long term. And I respect it, and I fucking love it.
Yeah, I think it also means that they know that to beat the Rams, they're gonna,
you're gonna need more firepower. You're gonna need more firepower.
Okay, there's one more.
Air Verse and Byron Young are just firing on all cylinders.
There's another one I want to bring up. His former team is inept. His former team doesn't even have a number one wide receiver anymore. Not saying he's he's a mid-level player. But what does trading for Jacoby Myers tell you about Travis Hunter and BTJ?
I mean, they're both obviously dealing with injury bugs, but I think that this was a move.
Because Diami's hurt too.
This is a move. We already kind of heard mumblings of BTJ, them kind of exploring that. So I think that BTJ could probably be moved, during the off season. I think they maintained, some sort of I think it's kind of what we saw last year, how they moved on from Christian Kirk and everything. I think it's just a revolving door of receivers there. I think they do want to eventually try and make Travis Hunter the one, or either try and put him more on the other side. And they're still in this leeway of figuring out what that fully looks like. And when they thought they were going to be able to do that and move on maybe from BTJ, that didn't necessarily come into fruition. I think Jacoby Myers landing in Jacksonville is more so a concept of over planning and over preparing. I think it bites them in the ass this year, but fucks them over next year when they need to figure out what to do with all of these pieces in the wide receiver room.
Yep.
It's easy to just trim the fat at the bottom, but the big money is at the top with these bigger names.
Yeah. All right, let's get into the good one.
Let's get into the good one. College football playoff reactions. College football playoff bracket. The first is released. I am giggity over this one, my brother. We actually kind of get a little bit of a preview of what of one of these big games tomorrow from two sides of the bracket as BYU, Texas Tech. We'll talk about that in best bets face off tomorrow. So the way that it's looking right now, 12-team playoff. Memphis would be 12.
Yep.
UVA, University of Virginia, the Wahoos, I fucking hate the Cavaliers, would be at 11.
They're not staying there.
They're not staying at 11. At 10, you would get Notre Dame. At 9, you would get Oregon. At 8, you would get Texas Tech. At 7, you would get BYU. 6, you get Ole Miss. 5, you would get UGA. With 4 being Bama, 3 being Texas A&M, 2 being Indiana, and 1 being Ohio State.
And don't forget
I want to believe in the ACC.
And don't forget, Texas and Oklahoma are their first 2 teams out.
Throw out a flex really quick for Frizz. I'm going Woody out of those.
Christian Watson, Bam, Knight, or Bill. Whoa. Okay, I'll be honest. Out of all these, I'm taking Watson completely out.
Yeah.
And I think it's between Woody and Bam Knight.
Yeah, for me, it's between Woody and Bam Knight. I'm going Woody.
My brother is going to the Louisville Clemson game.
Nice. That game's going to be lit. So what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts on this this bracket?
I got a major problem with it.
All right. So I'm just gonna be honest. If you told me at the beginning of the season that UVA had a fucking shot, I'd be like, I'd tell you that you're on drugs.
No, but the ACC is on drugs. So
the ACC is for sure on drugs this year. They are pissing hot. Like, it is bad.
All right, take a guess. Take a guess on what my problem is.
BYU.
Nope.
I think that everyone has an issue with BYU. Okay. Is it all right? Is your issue at the top or at the back half?
My issue that gives it away.
Indiana.
Nope. Bama.
Okay, why Bama? I just want to preface this that you know that they're going to try and figure out if Bama doesn't have enough losses, they're gonna squeeze Bama in no matter what.
I understand they beat Georgia, but no, they should be in the playoff. Don't get me wrong, but they shouldn't be a bye team. They shouldn't be at the 4 spot.
They beat Georgia.
I understand. That's what I was going to say. I understand they beat Georgia. I would still rather have Ole Miss over both of them.
You're not wrong. You're not wrong. I would rather have Lane Kiffin's Ole Miss. Like,
for right now, yeah. I mean, and here's the thing. It's all going to work itself out. Like, there's matchups that are going to happen that are going to knock out. Like, the Indiana factor. Indiana will drop no matter what if they lose to Ohio State.
They're going to lose to Ohio State. Indiana is going to lose to Ohio State.
If they lose to Ohio State, they could still be in the top 4.
So in that top half, I'm saying this right now on record. Obviously, Ohio State's not moving out of there. A&M is probably cemented, I feel like.
Depends what they're doing.
I said it at the beginning of the year. I said that A&M was a dark horse. I also said about Texas Tech as well. I said A&M is my dark horse. Been riding with it. I think that A&M is locked in right there at 3. I don't see much fluctuation outside of maybe they go up to they'll bump up to 2. Indiana, I feel like with Indiana we anticipate a loss coming. We're just like win. The thing is, Indiana played really good football last year as well. So is this just Indiana capitalizing?
Well, here's the problem that I have. If you go to the college football playoffs actual rankings,
which I have them here.
Virginia's at 14. But because they're in the ACC, the top person gets in. The one that I'm still curious on, and it could end up being Louisville, it could end up being Virginia, it could end up being Georgia Tech because it's whoever wins the ACC automatically gets a spot. Memphis automatically gets a spot because they're the top of the non-whatever. But let's be real. right now I'm watching the game and Memphis is losing to Tulane.
Yeah, exactly.
So,
Memphis is gonna that 12 spot is gonna flip flop so fucking much between now and the playoff.
and in the regular rankings, Memphis isn't even in the top 25. So that shows you that. But
I'm gonna go ahead.
My wild card is still in the hunt. Utah's at 13.
Who had Texas Tech? Someone has to pull up the college football short. That shit should be on YouTube.
Well, it had to be you or me because it wasn't Taco.
I took A&M. I think it might have been Pat. I think Pat took Texas Tech.
Pat did. Yeah.
Because remember, I threw a fit. No, I think he took A&M, which resulted in me going Texas Tech.
Yeah.
Because I was pissed that he took A&M.
Yeah, he did take A&M.
Yeah, he took A&M because I threw a fit. I crashed out that he took A&M, so then that resulted in taking Tech. That's what happened. Continue because you were making a very eloquent point.
But I'm just saying, you got Utah still right there. Texas A&M, the last game of the regular season, has to go to Austin, Texas.
I think they'll be fine.
But what I'm saying is if they were to lose that game, they're going to fall out of the top four. But they're not falling out. But they're not falling to like 7 or 8.
No. Like, really quick. So I do want to throw one thing out here. Kind of. So I said that 12 is going to like flip flop. Virginia is a very unpredictable factor in this. After winning money on them, I want to say like week 3-ish, I kind of started tracking and following them a little bit more. The football that they're playing right now is they are playing with an element of surprise. I don't think that anyone in the nation thought that they would be 12th right now, or 12, 14. I think you said that they were 14th. I'm showing 12. In the nation. I mean, I'm also looking on Google.
Well, but who did you say?
Oh, I'm on the AP.
Yeah,
sorry.
I'm looking at the actual rankings of the committee.
You're at the CFP.
Committee. Yeah.
Yeah, the CFP there. Yeah, Virginia Sports Team. Okay, I'm sorry.
No, you're good.
With that being said, with that being said and stated, I think that they're going to determine a big piece of the outcome as to who advances to that next round. I think that they're a big skeleton key in this. I don't know if they get bounced out the ACC. They're controlling a lot of destiny right now.
Well, here's the thing: Virginia's number 1. Georgia Tech. So Virginia's 5-0. Georgia Tech is 5-1. Pitt's 5-1. Louisville's 4-1. And let me see this. Virginia plays Cal. They play Wake Forest.
That's going to be huge.
They play Duke. And then they play that. Then their last game of the season is that team from Charlottesville. And if you don't know who that is Robbie's Hokies.
We're from Blacksburg.
It says Charlottesville, but it's Blacksburg.
We're playing in Charlottesville.
Oh, is that what it is?
Yeah.
And then you go to Georgia Tech, who's right there. They still play. Here's key. They play Duke. Or no, yeah, they play Duke. No, have they already played Duke?
Yeah.
They play Boston College, Pitt, and Georgia.
Tough go. Georgia Tech could. Do you think Georgia Tech could squeak in? They've been playing damn good football this year.
Louisville plays Cal, Clemson, SMU, Kentucky.
I think Louisville gets bounced out. Louisville ain't. That's fucking tough.
No, but I'm saying it could be Louisville, but here's the thing: it's going to be who the highest ranked is. So it's whoever wins that conference. Yeah. So would Virginia lose to Louisville or Georgia Tech in the championship game?
I don't think so. I think that Virginia's been full of surprises this year.
And Louisville hasn't? And Georgia, would you say Georgia Tech?
I feel like with Louisville, there was some sort of kind of just that there always just kind of is like some sort of expectation. No one for like no one foresaw Virginia. I mean, like I said, Louisville's playing damn good fucking football as well. Virginia's playing with dark magic. It's dark magic. It's dark magic. We'll see. We'll see. I'm excited. I also want to see if Georgia Tech can find a way, because I've been fascinated with the way that they've been balling. With the way that they've been balling this year, honestly. It's going to be interesting. Georgia Tech's on a 1-game losing streak. They got to get back in there. I mean, Virginia Tech's on a 7-game winning streak, or Virginia's on a 7-game winning streak. Louisville's on a 3-game winning streak. Louisville's 7-1. Virginia's 8-1. Like, we'll see.
But then, like you also said, you got to remember 7 and 8 are playing tomorrow.
I know, we are about to get into that here in a minute. Oh, I'm so excited to break down that game. Mizzou's also playing tomorrow.
Well, Mizzou's playing A&M.
A&M, yeah.
Iowa's playing Oregon.
Yeah, look, let's just jump into it. All right. Let's get into best bet. We're going to go ahead. We're going to run through some pick'ems for the slate to get us out of here. Really quick, Mike already brought it up. Tulane is up 28-17 in the second quarter over Memphis. Memphis trying to hang on to that precious projected 12 spot. USC is doing damage to Northwestern, 21-14. UCF is up over Houston, 24-17. That is all for your late night Friday action. You ready to break down some Saturday college game day? Really quick, as we get into the college game day slate, I do want to give a big birthday shout out to the homie Catfish. Really excited to see you tomorrow. Please, we will throw out some Apex picks for you in a minute. Let's take care of the shit that's like the shit that everyone in America is watching. The shit that everyone in the world that brings in the views. Okay, I do want to start off with BYU Texas Tech. Enough teasing it. We got number 7 BYU, number 8 Texas Tech, an 11.5 point spread, 51.5 on the over under. BYU is plus 310 dogs to the Red Raiders. Mike, take us away.
Until I see it otherwise, not to make this personal, but I'm going with the number 47, the Mormon himself. I'm going BYU.
You're taking BYU on the line?
Yeah, what is the line again? I just had
plus
it.
310. Plus 310. I'm taking BYU to cover.
Yes.
I think the Raiders get the dub. I'm taking BYU to cover though.
Yeah, I'll do that.
Listen, I don't know what Mormon Jesus is doing out there in Utah outside of polygamy, but he's doing something to
What
make
quarterback
BYU
wears number
good.
47?
Wow, that was.
He is wearing 47.
I know. I see what you did there. That was fucking wild. One thing I do just want to throw out though, in regards to that game, some little cautionary, how do I say, advice. Average points per game at Jones AT&T Stadium is 62. The over is 3-2. The favorite has covered the spread in each of Texas Tech's last 7 games at AT&T Stadium. I'm not taking that into account because this is basically a neutral site game. That stat is factoring into a bunch of bullshit. 8 of BYU's last 9 games against top 15 AP ranked teams have gone under the total points line of 51.5. She said Utah can only drink soda. Fuck.
Tulane just scored again.
Of course they did. Memphis is bounced out of that spot. We'll be finding another 12 come fucking Sunday. Okay, so we are going to go BYU to cover.
Yes.
There's no sense in us talking about Indiana. I'm not betting the Indiana Penn State game. I'm not going to bet Indiana Penn State.
Mm-mm.
Georgia Mississippi State. Georgia's going to wax them. I am going to throw the 9.5. It's early in the morning. You got to get the juices going. You're just going to be getting the wake and bake and the coffee flowing. Georgia 9.5. Let's take a nice little easy one. I have no confidence in Mississippi State. We're not betting Colorado, West Virginia. Would you bet Colorado, West Virginia?
No.
Yeah, same way. West Virginia's going to smack the dog piss out of them. I would throw West Virginia on it just because it's an easy lay. We're going to forget about Ohio State, Purdue. Purdue was an intense college basketball matchup earlier. I need to see how that one fucking
They
ended.
snuck it out.
They stuck it out. A&M Mizzou. It's a 7-point spread, 48.5. Mizzou dogs by 230 on the line.
A&M stays undefeated. A&M wins by 9.
Damn. All right. I'm gonna roll with you on A&M remaining undefeated. I'll take A&M on the spread. Oregon, Iowa. You brought this one up when we were just talking about the playoff. Iowa plays big boy hard nosed football, but Oregon has a million different ways they can beat you, and they got that speed. They can stretch the field.
I don't think this is a good matchup for Iowa.
It's not. This is 6.5 spread, if that's any consolation.
Oregon needs this win more than anything there.
Oregon money line is a safe bet. I'll take the chalk.
Yeah.
We don't care about Syracuse, Miami. Vanderbilt's gonna get right back on track versus Auburn. I'm not worried about that.
Auburn's first game without their head coach.
Coach, exactly. Yeah. Coach Freeze.
Blindside. You know what? You know that, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
He was yeah.
Yeah.
LSU, Bama, there's no way that LSU covers.
I want them to do so bad.
I want LSU to cover.
I want them to so bad.
I don't even want LSU to cover. I want LSU to win. America is great when Bama loses. Like America's great when Dallas loses. America's great when Bama loses. America's great when the Yankees lose. America's great when now it's about to become we're about to be taking that spot, but as Dodgers fans. But like I want LSU. I don't think there's a bat chance in hell. The Ghoul Tigers can even cover. So yeah, give me Bama. I'm not even going to throw it on the card. I don't even think I can pick that game in good faith. Look, we'll do this. Over under 49.5 in that game.
Over.
I'll take the over because I think they give the people what the fuck we want. And that's all I have for college football picks. You got anything else that you want to throw out there?
Nope.
Good, because it's probably gonna fucking make that card break anyways. That was me. Look, last week college football took everyone to the cleaner, so like motherfuckers need to bounce back this week. Let's throw out UFC picks for Leaf, if you want.
No, just let me go do it.
Oh, I got a mystery boost of 33% on college football. Fuckers. Oh no! Shit. Well, I placed it without getting the boost. I'll place another one tomorrow morning. All right. Let me look at Apex Bet. I haven't watched the Apex card in fucking forever.
No. I'm not really excited about this card.
I'm not excited at all. I'm not excited at all. I'm not doing it.
All I'll say is Matt Schnell, I want to win, but I don't think he will.
Bonfin money line, I'll leave it at that. NFL picks.
Okay.
I will take 3 games. You will get 3 games.
Oh, Lord.
We will go 1 for 1.
You start.
I start. I don't want to.
Well, I don't want to pick your game first.
It doesn't matter. I'm willing to pivot. Yo, the slate's ass this week.
Well, just nothing. Yeah, it's kind of a weird slate.
All right. Give me Houston over Jacksonville in that divisional matchup.
Money line?
Flat out money line. Only way to bet it.
Cool.
You can't take Jags unless you take them by the spread. So
no. All right, I got a money line one. Upset on the road. 2 NFL MVP candidates. Baker Mayfield goes down to Drake May.
I'll fuck with that. The little boy gets put in his place. Lamar bests Minnesota on the spread, 3.5. Give me Baltimore over Minnesota. I think Lamar welcomes JJ to the league. He's like, you was good last week against Detroit, but we're trying to win the North. We're trying to get back into the driver's seat. So I think that in a must-win, Baltimore handles that quick business by the spread.
All right. I'm going a little different here. I am not going winner. I am going 49ers to cover the 5.5 over a division rival. It's going to be a 3-point game.
Niners to cover Rams. I fuck with it. It's bold, and I like it. And this season, in order to win, you gotta be bold. You can't take chalk.
Oh, just wait till my next pick.
What's crazy is that we don't know what the other person is picking.
No, I saved this one hoping that no one took it. Unless I don't have both of you trying to take it.
I still say that this team lost the aura after they lost the biggest piece of their team. I think that this allows them to become consistent for the team that I am going to pick. Give me Chicago.
Thank God. You didn't pick the game.
On the money line, the spread is too risky.
Okay.
I don't have enough kahunas to take them on the spread, but also don't have enough kahunas to take the Giants to cover.
Yeah, exactly. All right. A lot has happened in the NFL in the past week. We've talked a lot about the NFL on this show tonight.
We are an NFL show.
Well, one thing we talked about was changing culture. Give me the Jets, baby. Let's go.
I was about to pick that game. Okay. I think that this game is going to come down to the running backs. And I think this game is going to come down to who has the ball last.
Are you picking another game?
I'm diagnosing your game.
Oh, okay. I was like, yes. I got you.
This isn't my turn. I'm just diagnosing your game. I think it comes down to who has more key pieces on the defensive side of things.
Which means I know where you're going with this one.
And the Jets lost their key pieces. Myles Garrett's going to have a fucking field day.
Oh, he is.
On the spread, give me Cleveland.
Oh, yeah.
So for the one that I'm actually going to pick, though, I am going to take the Lions 8.5 on the spread over the Commanders. You cannot bet the money line. You will not get any money. All right. Hang on. How many did we pick? We
picked them. That was all of them.
No. I have 3. 1, 2, 3. You have 3. 1, 2, 3. Oh, so I just threw Detroit in as a 4th on accident. So
but it was your game, so.
Yeah. I'll let you take one more, actually. If you want, you can take Sunday night. Pitt versus Chargers.
I'm taking the Chargers.
Really? I was expecting you to go Steelers. I was feeling frisky and wanting to go Steelers.
I want to, but I don't. Here's the thing: if they do, it's because of Joe Alt,
and that's where I think that the difference maker is.
Okay, then I am okay with going it.
Steelers money line. 8 picker plus 18,048. Okay. So a little plus 18 on that. Let's say you threw 5 on those 8 picks, you'd get 907.44 before bonuses. I got a 10% bonus I throw on that. I mean, that'd bring home, almost 1,000. So I mean, hey, you know what? I like that. I like that, Mike. I actually like that. Houston money line, Patriots money line, Baltimore on the spread, Niners to cover the spread. Bears money line. Browns by 1.5. Detroit by 8.5. Steelers money line with the 10% boost. 5 brings you 997. If you just want to throw $1, like you bring home like $200. So I mean,
Yeah, seriously.
He's like, Jesus Christ. Like, yeah, like that's a whole day NFL sweat right there. Other than that, final words.
No. Enjoy your Sunday. Enjoy your weekend. Screw corporate America.
Absolutely screw corporate America. Really quick as we get out of here, I do want to send thoughts and prayers to the Nealon family. Marshawn Nealon only being 24 years old. Second round draft pick last year, 2024. You never know what someone is dealing with on the inside. And like I gotten asked about it today, it's like, what is it that like football players like actually go through, you've interviewed players and you've gotten like be around players, like what is it like? I mean, this sport is rough. This sport is rough. It takes a lot of mental fortitude and just a lot of sacrifice to play the game that many of us have gotten the opportunity to play. So, I mean, when we talk about, mental health and we talk about CTE, and different things of that nature, I just ask for like everyone out there to like protect yourselves. And I want everyone to know that like mental health does not have a, mental health doesn't, it can hit anyone, and it can hit anyone anytime, anywhere. So just take care of yourselves, and like if you feel like you're dealing with something, talk to someone, reach out. I'm always there, and yeah, that's kind of how I wanted to end this show. We dedicate this show to Marshawn Nealon and their family, and any other victims of suicide, or and just want to bring mental health awareness. And please, like, just stop thinking just because like a football player plays football and has $1 million that like they're not human, because I promise you, absolutely 110%,
they're human.
They are definitely human.
Yep. Agree.
Cheers to me. Cheers to you, all the Rumboyz and girls. What it do, dilly dilly. We love and appreciate you. Do something this weekend to make someone else's life better. Also, simultaneously allow someone else to make your life better. I hope tonight we brought a smile on your face and we helped make your life better. Cheers to me. Cheers to you. All the Rumboyz and girls, what it do. Dilly dilly, y'all. Get some merch.